Okay, let's make sure we are live. We are, which is awesome. So welcome everybody. So beautiful Facebook family, I'm coming to you today because we are doing another Wide to Win spotlight with one of my beautiful clients, Kristy De Silva, because I wanted to highlight Kristy today because of the transformations she's actually had over the past 12 months and get her to share her story with you all. So Kristy, to start off with, like to kick things off, just tell us, the Facebook world, a little bit about yourself, like who's Kristy?
Yeah, cool. Thanks for having me, Renae.
All
So
right.
I'm Kristy. I live in Perth, WA. So yeah, born here, lived here my whole life, and now I have my two children. So they're 13 and 15-year-old.
The
And
lovely teenage years,
they
Kristy.
are, they are lovely. They are.
That's good so far. I love that.
And yeah, I've been with my partner, which is their dad, since we were 18 years old. So
Oh, wow. Yep.
been a long time. Yeah,
Amazing.
I just yeah, average average person. I work in community services.
Yep.
Um, yeah, I guess yeah, that's me.
That's you. Yeah, beautiful. So what I want to do before we sort of kick off anything today is just say, like, before you decided to sort of come and work with me in the Wide to Win community, what was going on for you? Like, what made you seek a new solution to what was happening in your life? What was happening for you?
Um, so I just felt at the time I knew you from another community we were in, and I was kind of following you, and you were advertising the 5 Day Awakening.
Yep.
And at the time, it just resonated with me,
Mm,
because I just felt like I was stuck in a rut,
yep.
like I just didn't like I felt like there was more, like I felt like I
Yeah.
needed to be doing more. I was just kind of annoyed all the time. Like I felt annoyed all the time.
Totally
I
get
don't,
that. Yeah, it's not the first
yeah.
time, not the first person to say that to me. So
I could see
yeah,
like just yeah.
annoyed with how life is going and what's unfolding and just
Yes.
yeah, feeling really
There's
like just
just
crap about things.
I was like, there's gotta be more to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
I
that's
think
just
that's the
not
main thing that most people say, like when they do come to this work, is like, I just had this feeling that there's got to be more than this. Like this
yeah.
is not living. You know, it's like
Yeah.
I want more than just this.
Yes.
Totally get
Yes.
that.
So yeah, so it just yeah, just your yeah, when you were advertising the
Mm,
awakening, I was like, this like what have I got to lose? It sounds
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Let's give it a go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I jumped in.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome. Now I am reading my notes because I can't remember my questions. So, but what was it in the awakening experience that made you, like, obviously we do the 5 Day Awakening, then we offer what we call the Clarity Program. And so what was it from the awakening that you went, wow, this 5 days is something about this? What made you decide to come in and join Clarity?
Mm. Um, so I learnt a lot in the awakening.
Mm.
I came in very open-minded. I heard a little bit about kind of self-development and
Mm.
things like that.
In the
But
past, like you've done,
in the
you've already done
past,
some,
yeah,
yeah.
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 But so I pretty much came into it like as a newbie,
Mm.
open-minded. Let's just like put everything into it and see what happens.
Yeah.
Um, and I just had a lot of like physical shifts,
Mm.
and also emotional shifts just
Yeah.
during that 5 days. Like
Yeah.
even after some of the sessions, like yeah, I was honestly couldn't believe the feelings
The
and the
changes
new
in the feelings that
things
you
that
have.
I
Yeah.
learned. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So I was kind of like, there's there's more, like there's something in this. Like what I want to learn more. I want to know more about this. So
Yeah. Are you okay if I share what we'll talk about off screen?
sure, sure.
So Christy was saying off screen, she's like, oh, I'm not sure if I should share this or not. But after one of the sessions, it's some energy work that we do in the awakening. Christy sort of went to the gym like she normally would in the evening, and she kept having these sort of nearly anxiety or panic attacks in the gym. She's like, what is going on here? This is really weird energy. And obviously you had to leave the gym because you just kept having this emotional release, like having to leave and cry outside the gym and stuff. And you're like,
Yeah,
what
it was
the hell is
weird.
going on?
Never experienced that in my life.
Yeah,
And I've had family members experience things like that, and I just could
yeah,
never relate to them because I've never had
yeah.
that. And then randomly I'm at the gym that evening and I couldn't breathe, and I'm like, what is wrong with me? And like go up to the car park and I'm just crying, and I'm like, stop
What's
crying. What are
happening?
you crying
You're like,
about?
stop crying. There's nothing to
Yeah.
cry about.
And then I'm trying to be hard and go finish my gym session, and I just couldn't do it. I'm like, what is
Yeah,
going on? But it was like, I don't know, it was just like this release of
yeah,
something. Obviously, whatever I was suppressing, I don't know, but
yeah, yeah. And
yeah,
then you came back to the next day of the
yeah,
awakening and like had this sort of profound shift again. You were
mm,
saying, yeah. So,
yeah,
but then you said it was completely different. Like
yeah,
after that release, you were then like just really light and happy. And
yes,
you were saying that, going to the butcher and after school pickup and just having a joke with him, it was just like nothing. You just experienced this lightness and joy that you
yeah.
wanted to share. Yeah,
Just
amazing.
felt happy, and I
Yeah,
don't know. It was, I mean, yeah, I felt happy, and then I've
yeah,
never ever had one of those kind of whatever it was since then. Like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it was
so
a release of some sort.
it was
Obviously, you had
something. Yeah,
some emotional stuff come up from because
yeah,
we were doing energy work as well, but often there's a post reaction to that. Sometimes it doesn't necessarily have to be an emotional release, but it could be a physical release. Like some people I've had like frozen shoulder stuff, and after they do it, the release is that they can move their shoulders because they've released the energy that's attached to it. Or
yeah,
I remember Tracy saying she couldn't walk very far on her foot, and the next day after she did the energy work, she could walk for like 2 kilometers, and
yeah.
she was like,
Wow.
so there's also not just physical, but like
Yeah,
emotional releases that we have, and sometimes they're a little bit post session.
yeah,
But after you have that, it's usually a lightness that comes,
yeah,
after that, where you feel really sort of just light and happy,
yeah,
which is
yeah,
amazing. Yeah.
yeah.
So from doing Clarity though, so Clarity is our 12-week program. Obviously, it's called Clarity for a reason because it gets you crystal clear on what you want in your life. But can you pinpoint from doing Clarity, what was the one thing from Clarity by the end of it where where you felt completely different from how you started? Like what was
Yeah.
that one thing?
For me, it was about, I mean, it's called clarity for a reason.
It is called Clarity for a reason. It's called that because that's what the end result is.
Exactly. So I don't know, I just kind of didn't realize that there was different areas of your life, and that you
Yeah,
could like choose like what you wanted out of each area. Like I just
yeah,
kind of
I
lived
get it.
life day to day,
Mm.
doing what you do,
Yeah,
as a mum, as a worker, as a partner.
yeah,
Like you just can't, like it was just that.
yeah,
But then like focusing on each area and really thinking about what is it that I want, like from each of
yeah.
these areas. Um,
Because this is
and
the thing as well, like we often are so living in expectation of others that we don't take the time out to
yeah,
go, what is that I actually want, like me, just for me, nobody else. But
yeah,
we have this concept of selfishness being a bad thing
yes,
because it's like you're being selfish. But to me, the word selfish means self-honoring.
yeah,
So call it what you want, but
yeah,
self-honoring means that if I'm living my best life in expectation of me, I'm giving everyone else permission to do
yeah,
the same, but also then I don't have resentment because I'm not doing things out of obligation.
exactly,
So this is what I love, like
exactly.
you're watching your transformation, the shift from being in service to everybody else to actually coming to be self-serving and self-honoring, and seeing
Yeah,
that change where you've gone, okay, I get to decide what I want
yes,
for my life.
exactly.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and now it's flowing onto the rest of my family. So
Yes.
um
Yeah, I love that.
I'm teaching my kids, this stuff as
Mm,
well, and my
yeah.
partner, like it's a bit tougher with him, but it's,
Yeah.
stuff's getting through. I can see it.
Like you're actually like a few, I won't name names, but a few clients now have come to me and said the shift in their partners now after they've seen the shift in them.
Yeah,
They're like, well, because I've been doing the work, they've seen how different things, like how different I am as a person, but also what's like showing up in their life. And they're like, okay, there's obviously something to this. And then after they see this person like showing up differently, they want to jump on board, which is amazing. Like, I just love it. And then we have partners who will then come and do the relationship section of our course, and they'll do it together and come back and refresh that with their partner, which is amazing. So
yeah. So so just getting, realizing I have a choice in my life and what I want to do. And I used to be a very indecisive person. So getting clarity helps me make decisions more easier now, so I can make decisions aligned with what I want to create, basically. So
we've had a few triage calls over the past 12 months. Like, I can't decide on what I'm doing, and I'm like, okay, let's jump on a call.
There's been a few of those.
It's so, like, it's probably my biggest, like, I love seeing you guys transform. It's just incredible to watch. But it's my biggest thing with you, just seeing how the because of the clarity, and it's dropping in now, and you're so, like, getting so crystal clear about what it is that you want, that the decision making is just becoming really easy. It's like, well, I know what I want now, so there's no other way. This is the way. So it's nice to see that starting to unfold for you and getting not taking up so much of your brain space.
Exactly.
I love it. It's so good. So moving on though, what made you decide from sort of finishing up clarity, and then obviously we have our mastery program, which you're now in. So what made you decide to go from clarity into mastery and keep the, the ball rolling and doing the next level of our what we call our awakening stages?
I just, during clarity, I was really engaged with it, actually. I started lots of things in the past, and then didn't keep up with it. Like, I wasn't, but this program, I really kept up with it. I did all the weekly tasks. I did the work, like that. You have to do the work.
Because that's the thing, right? You can sign up to any course, and any course will, be a course, but it's like I always say, like, you guys have heard me say this all the time, there's no point in reading 12 books in a year, a book a month, if you do nothing with them. Like, to read a book, to actually get anything from it, is to read the book and implement it. I'd rather read one book a year and implement every single thing in it. And so when you go through any of the Wired to Win programs, it's the implementation of the work that actually gets the result.
Definitely. Right? Exactly. So I was just like really engaged with it, did everything, felt massive shifts in my life, and then so I wanted to continue this work. I wanted to continue learning about it. It really fascinates me, like the whole rewiring your brain, and changing your stories from childhood, what you're being taught in childhood, and as an adult you can actually make your own decisions and choices. And so I wanted to continue learning, continue my growth, and then also having you guys there for support. It helps with accountability for me, like when I've got accountability to others.
Absolutely. 100%. The community sort of is not relying on you, but it's that accountability to each other. And obviously in my onboarding process, it's like, if you're going to commit to the tribe, not just yourself, but to all of us, because it's the collective energy of our community that I think really pulls us all together and helps us to up level, because that's been the mission from the get-go. But the community, I think, is probably the best thing. Like, you guys have even made lasting friendships through there, and our so heart-centered. Like, I just love our tribe. For anyone who needs support, it's like, guys, I need help, and it's just everyone surrounds you, which is amazing. I love the whole just everyone raising each other up, which is my intention for the tribe.
It's just like, there's no judgment, like no one's judging anyone. Like, it's it's a good group of people, and we can have a laugh as well. So
obviously, like I say often, it doesn't take a lot to start me giggling. So and then the ball just keeps rolling, right? I'd go on some tangents sometimes. You guys,
I think we all
pull me in, rein me in a little bit. So good. So looking back at the past 12 months though, what would you say the main thing is that you've Like, what's the main thing that you've seen that's like shifted or changed in your life in the last 12 months? Like going from looking back when you first started before awakening to today, what's been the major shifts for you?
So I guess I probably said it just before, like being able to change my stories of what you know,
You
your money,
perceive to be true and
yeah,
stuff.
your
Yeah.
money stories, your uh what else? Even like, so changing your stories, being able to be an adult and realizing yeah, you
You're
can,
100% responsible, right? Like
yeah,
when you put the power back in your hands and you're like, okay, no one else is to blame.
yes,
I'm gonna be in
I can
control.
actually change this. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And then also doing my inner work and
Yeah.
knowing that I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
Um,
None of us are. Yeah,
I'm
which
not always right. I can actually,
that can sometimes be a hard pill to swallow, right?
exactly.
I totally
Um,
get that one.
so like just being able to respond to others, um, knowing where they're coming from. I mean, I feel like I've always been an empathetic person, but
Yeah.
knowing my triggers now. So knowing my
Yeah.
triggers, why is that triggering me? Um,
Yeah.
how can I respond, as you say, Renae, with love and above?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I
and
love
like
that
I'm
saying.
not
So
saying
good.
you know, I feel like really good and happy and positive, but it's not
Mm.
like a fakeness anymore, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like in the
Yeah.
past, I was like trying to be this positive, happy person, but
It's just an
not really.
external like mask, right?
Yes,
Internally, you're still melting. It's like the sky's falling down
yes,
inside, but on the
exactly.
outside, it's this mask, and behind
Yes,
closed doors, you're still suffering in a sense.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And it's not that I don't have my bad days still. Like I still
Yeah.
have.
But don't we all? Like this is part of
Yeah,
the human experience. Like you're allowed to
yes,
have a bad day as long as it doesn't turn into a bad month.
yes,
So what I think you
exactly.
learn through this process really is I can choose how long I stay in this
Yes,
emotion.
yeah,
And it's okay to have the emotion because
mm,
we're human. We're allowed to have it. It's not like, because
yeah,
then we start judging if we think, oh, we shouldn't be feeling bad or
yes,
sad.
yes,
But instead of judging it, we go, well, what if I actually felt it, allowed myself to feel it, and then just got on with it?
exactly.
You know,
Which
like we
is
don't have to
that
stay there.
that brings up another point, is that I used to just kind of suppress all those
Yeah.
emotions and never
Yeah.
feel them just so I
Mm.
could like get on with my day and raise
Yeah.
my kids and,
Yeah. Do the do. Yeah.
yes. But now like tuning back into feelings and feeling the feeling, going through that emotion.
Mm.
But then, like you said, like choosing when you're ready to come out of it and find the solution, move on kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, tuning into yeah, my own feelings and intuition now as well. So
Mm.
yeah, that's been a massive shift. Probably
Yeah,
even
I really love when you sort of started coming and saying, oh, I'm really starting to feel that intuitive guidance now, because for a
yes,
while there it was so challenging for you to go, well, what's intuitive and what's ego, which it
yes,
gets
yeah.
really tricky because the ego mind's a really tricky little soul.
Mm,
And sometimes it's hard to differentiate. However, there's never any wrong direction, if that makes sense. Because if you move down a
yes,
direction that doesn't feel right and good, then you go, oh, okay, that was probably the ego mind talking instead of my intuition, and I'll just pivot.
yeah,
You know, like it
yeah,
we can make it as simple or as
yeah,
challenging as we want it to be. And I love seeing now that it's becoming a lot more simple for you just
yes.
to go,
I like
oh,
simple.
okay. We all like simple, right? Not always easy. Like
No,
simple is not easy.
no, no, no,
Concepts
no.
are simple, but to implement
Yes,
things is not easy because you're
exactly.
stepping outside the comfort zone of society, like societal
Yes,
norms. And so
exactly.
this is where this
And
work I said last night on our because Christy's also part of my we've got a really small little group mastermind we're doing with a couple of women at the moment, and Christy's part of that. And I said last night, um it's just like sometimes it would be great if you just had a state ignorance, like just
yes,
stay
you did say that.
indoctrinated and doing the do. Because when you're, when you decide to go down this path of awakening, it's like sometimes you do feel like you're standing out on a limb, like
Yeah,
going, just breezing out here on my own.
yeah.
It's completely opposite to what we're sort of indoctrinated to do from childhood. Like
Yeah.
we're meant to
And
follow the system.
decades of it when you're kind of
Decades, yeah.
getting to our age, it's decades of that.
Our age. I've got another decade on you, love. What are you talking about? Our age. I love it. Oh, it's so good. But yeah, I love seeing the transformation you've had over these 12 months, from like knowing you from back at the start of the awakening to now, and all the different conversations we've had. It's just amazing. I absolutely love seeing you like step into your real power, and understanding that you've got control of your own life and what you want to do with
Yeah,
it, and
totally. Yeah.
how to have that like actually create that into reality, which is incredible. So if there's other people, which I've been really, really bad about looking at who's actually on our Facebook. So if you're on Facebook watching this, please give us some love and just say hello in the chat so we know you're on. If you're enjoying sort of listening to what Kristy is saying and our conversation here. If you're watching live, put #live. If you come back and watch this replay later, please pop in replay in the bottom, or any questions that you have. But if there's people currently watching this and they're sort of thinking, well, you know, what's clarity? What's awakening? Should I check it out? What would you say to them?
Yeah, definitely check it out. You've
Yeah.
honestly got nothing to lose, really. Like if you're feeling like, yeah, there's something more, like there's got to be something more than this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, like, yeah, the stuff I've learned, there's so much more to life, honestly.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. There is, isn't
living
there?
life,
Just
honestly, just
then what we call the hamster wheel, just
yeah. I
running
never
around.
knew, like honestly. So like you've got nothing to lose. Just check it out.
Yeah, and
Seriously, like
I think it's coming with an open mind as well. Like if you've never
yes,
done this work, or what I find with people who've done a lot of this work is
yeah,
that what I offer is quite different from the normal personal growth industry,
yeah,
because it's just so authentic and real. Like what you see here,
yeah,
if we were to meet up and have a coffee, is what you get.
yeah,
Like I
yeah,
don't fluff, I don't hide where I'm at in my life either. I'm very transparent, and the awakening is literally just opening you up to the potential that you have. And
mm,
I love our heart ceremony that we do in the awakening, because um like it literally just connects you to the universal oneness that you are,
yeah,
knowing that we are this human, having this human experience, but we are also, well, we are the energy being in this vessel having this experience. But how do we navigate that? Like, how do
mm,
you step more into that oneness energy, which is our unlimited potential, instead
yeah,
of being stuck in the current circumstance and believing we have to do these things that we've been told we have to
yeah,
do?
yeah,
So yeah,
exactly.
I just love, and I love presenting it. Like I just love seeing the transformations that people can have in sometimes in an instant after one session
Yeah,
in the awakening, which is incredible.
definitely. Yeah. So yeah, like you said, be open-minded, but just do the work as well. Like don't just
Mm. And just show up and sit there
yeah.
and do a
Oh, it didn't
meditation.
work.
No, it didn't work.
This doesn't work. Like
That's what I find. Like people do some
yeah,
meditations for a month and go, well, that didn't work.
yeah,
Like even if you listen to people like Joe Dispenza or Tony Robbins, it's the practice. It's called a practice for a reason.
yes,
What I try and do in the work that I do, and you've probably experienced this a lot with the work I do, Kristy, I try and make it as simple to implement into your life as
yeah,
possible,
yeah,
particularly with busy working people. So it
yeah,
doesn't have to be this hour-long meditation that you got to sit there in a Zen, you know, under a Bodhi tree,
yes,
like a Buddhist monk for a month. Basically, we can do something in 10 minutes while drinking a cup of coffee, like if we
yeah,
think about the coffee pondering that I shared with you.
yeah.
And so, looking at where you are today, just share a bit about who's Kristy today. What are you looking forward to in your future? Like what's happening now that you're sort of, obviously we still have the rest of this year to go through the mastery program. But yeah, who's Kristy? Where's she going? What's she doing?
Yeah, cool. Well, first, I just want to say thanks, Renee, and I'm so happy I
Oh,
met
pleasure.
you
Me
and
too.
the
I
rest
love
of the
all of you guys.
tribe. Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
cool. So it's definitely changed the trajectory of my life. Like,
Yeah.
um, so yeah, so um, focusing this year, focusing on kind of business
Yeah.
and career. So that's my
Yeah.
focus.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, working on a few things in the background because I
Mm.
just want to follow my passions. Like I don't want to just have a job because I need to pay bills.
Mm.
Um, I want to focus on my passions and really create something to help others as well. Like
Yeah.
I love to help people.
And you're so that nurturing type. Like I knew that from the get-go, that there is something within you where you just want to like serve and support other people to up level as well. So I love what you're stepping into in your business, what's unfolding there. So if you want to share a little bit about what you're doing, you don't have to.
I haven't told many people yet.
You don't have to.
Do I make an announcement now?
You can keep it hush hush if you like.
Maybe I'll just do it. Who cares, right? Like
exactly. Put it out there.
I'll put it out there. So I am currently studying my personal training certificate.
Love it.
Because I found a real love of the gym and lifting weights, and it's really, that's also, so that alongside this has helped me gain a lot of confidence within myself. It's helped with my mental health and feeling physically I'm feeling like great.
Amazing. Yeah.
Mentally I'm feeling great. So I just want others to be able to feel that way as well. So I'm gonna get my I'm currently studying at the moment, doing that alongside everything else,
and life coaching and all sorts of things at the moment. Right?
Doing the life coaching course as well. So I want to implement it, the whole thing, right? It's a whole like
mind, body, and soul, basically. Yeah, beautiful.
And yes, that's
and you want to predominantly help like working mums like yourself who've got kids, and so it's a really beautiful niche, because there's so many working mums out there who do need the support with their health and fitness. Like I was the same. Like I ran a personal training business, as you know, in the same space, which is really amazing.
So funny.
But I can support you in this role. But it's such a rewarding industry to go into, to see people not just transform their bodies, because anyone can sort of really transform their body, but in mind, body, spirit. So they have a full transformation, just feeling, like you say, you're feeling better mentally and physically, and know that you can create whatever you want. Like, why wouldn't you want to help other people do the same? So I'm so excited to see what unfolds for your business. I can't wait. It's going to be amazing. And then also eventually stepping into that space of maybe helping some young people as well, which I know you're passionate about.
That's I'd love it. I can't wait to get into working with youth and supporting them to know that they can create their own life as well. So that's my end goal, basically. Or I guess
not end goal,
really
part of what you want to do.
So I want to focus on my first kind of bit first.
One step at a time, right, Kristy? Can't change the world overnight.
Exactly.
We talk about that a lot, right? One baby step at a time. Awesome. I just want to say, like, I'm so excited to see what unfolds, particularly like as you continue to dive into the mastery program this year, and the spiritual awakening that we have throughout this process, like doing the business mastermind and us just working together for this year, and hopefully beyond. By then maybe you'll outgrow me and you can help me. I'll come to you for some personal training as a busy working person. But I just want to thank you so much for your time and energy today. It's been so much fun, as always. We always have a lot of fun on our calls. And I literally just can't wait to see what unfolds and continues to unfold for you, because your transformation just in 12 months has been phenomenal. Really interesting to watch it unfold along the way and see what happens in the next 12 months. So
Awesome.
Thank you so much. This has been really good. I absolutely love it. I hope all you guys have been watching on Facebook have enjoyed this as well. If you have, give me some love, please. If you are interested in checking out the Awakening or Clarity program, just drop clarity in the chat and I'll get some information over to you via DM. So thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you, Facebook Tribe, for tuning in. And we'll bring another highlight to you very soon with another of our tribe members who I'd love to acknowledge. So thanks, everyone. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you very soon.